Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the de Blasio Event Center. We are pleased to be here on this 20th day of October of 2017 to recognize a young man who, in his younger days, realized how good it is to help other people. That young man is Ricardo Lopez Galindo. We have several special guests who will be participating with us. Our speaker is Miss Sheridel Sevilla. And, okay, there she is, sitting right there. We also have Miss Myra Olivares, who's going to accept the money, and Will, you don't get to have the money. And also a very special welcome to Will Williams. Now, if you don't know Will, put your hand up. I think I could say this in front of the crowd at the Texas-Oklahoma State game tomorrow, and say, whoever doesn't know Will, put your hand up, and there wouldn't be a hand up there. So, Will, thank you for coming out. Incidentally, Will is one of our past legends, and so he's very familiar with the program, and we count on him for his support in a lot of our activities. But let me start by talking about Recognize Good. We started Recognize Good about 10 years ago as a way to say thanks on the internet for things that people do. And we found over the first couple of years that we had some recognitions that were far and away better than others. They were highlighting things that people did, who people in their ordinary daily lives were doing extraordinary things. And so we developed what we call the Legends Program, where we recognize individuals like Ricardo who are doing great things to help our community. Our purpose for Recognize Good is to illuminate the good that we see in our daily lives. Too often, current events, world events, overshadow the good that goes on in our world. And Recognize Good is how to highlight that good that we see. Now, we also have a couple of other programs. If you look over here, we have our Legends program, which is what we're working on today. We have our Recognize Good Lighthouse Award. And if you are part of a civic organization, such as the Lions, we want to recognize the good work that you do as an organization. And we make a presentation at that organization to award them with our Lighthouse Award. We also have our Ethics in Business and Community program. That program rewards an individual, a nonprofit, a small business, a medium-sized business, and a large business for showing the highest ethical standards in business behavior. In May, we will have our annual Ethics in Business and Community Awards Banquet. It'll be downtown at the AT&T Center. And so if you have a business that would like to participate in that, our nominations are now open. Now we get to the really good part, okay? We talked about Recognize Good, and now what we get to do is talk about Ricardo. And so I'll ask Ms. Sheridel to come up and say a few words, because, well, you have to keep the words short and sweet, because Ricardo has the final rebuttal for anything anybody says. And if you'd like to stay down there, feel free to do that. Okay.
Hi, good morning to everybody. Buenos días a todos. Well, first of all, welcome and thank you all for being here today on this very special day. We are honored to be here today because we get the chance to express to the whole community what kind of leader we have serving everyone in the Austin and surrounding areas. We, as a backbone of Apoyando a un Ángel, were given the chance to write a brief summary of the foundation leader and how such an inspiring and motivational person Ricky Galindo is to our wonderful community. We are blessed and excited to work with such an amazing leader, and we are honored to share his passion to others. So I'm gonna read it one by one. First of all, it's what I wrote for him. A leader is forming day by day, in the passion for mission, action, and fundamental values, always with mind and heart. Ricky has taught us that we are ready for the challenges. He has always guided us to be transparent in our responsibilities towards others. Being a leader is not easy, especially to be able to fulfill the same objectives, to support our community. Today, I want to congratulate him for his work, volunteer, but all above, all the things humanitarian in Apoyando a un Ángel. I know this reward has been won with the pulse of our hearts and united under his command. From Maida, which is our treasurer, after serving several tours in duty in the U.S. Army in South Korea and other duty stations, Ricky returned to the United States and began working with children in the Manor School District. After seeing how difficult it was for many families to provide their children with school supplies, Ricky wanted to find a way to help. Able to raise supplies for more, with the help of family and friends. 4 years ago, he held the first back-to-school drive where they were were able to raise supplies for more than 150 children for the first year, and more than 800 on the second, recognizing that the need was more than he and his family could not do alone. Last year, Ricky began to Apoyando un Ángel Foundation with the goal of helping many more children. Over the last year, the foundation has been able to raise toys for the Dell Children's Hospital Christmas drive, provide pajamas for needy children at the Dell Children's Hospital, supply hundreds of children with backpacks filled with school supplies, and send help to Houston, providing thousands of dollars in supplies to victims of Hurricane Harvey. From Francis, which is there, our vice president, she said, I met Ricky 4 years and a half ago when I was planning my kid's birthday party and in need of a venue. Wanted to make my parties a memorable one of his business was my first option. And you might be thinking, what does that have to do with the foundation? Well, that's when I realized the type of person Ricky is. His enormous heart, and when I have my bank block, my account, I was unable to pay for the Disney characters that my kids wanted. He decided to still bring them out free of cost. Since that day, we started as a business relationship, but now it turned as one of the best friendships I ever had. Soon we found each other planning our very first Llena las Mochilas de Nuestros Niños, a small event with the purpose of giving back to our community. That was what started the desire to do more. Working together with the support of our community, we have now Apoyando a un Ángel Foundation, in which our main focus and priority has always been helping out kids, students in the community, to empower them on becoming our professionals of tomorrow. Apoyando a un Ángel has been successful for the hard work done as a team, but most importantly, for the leader that we have as an example, Mr. Ricky Lopez Galindo. From Nelida, which is not here today, she's one of our directors. I have known Ricky Lopez Galindo for a few months, and he's a great leader in the Hispanic community in Austin, Texas, who started the project a few years ago, and now he's at the top showing us what it means to be a leader and to do something humanitarian, extraordinary, but for growth, personal and spiritual. He's a born leader who knows where he's going and where he wants to go. He's like an eagle who flies high because he knows the direction he's going and what will happen in the next step. Ricky, despite his young age, has shown us that no goal is too hard to accomplish and that there are no boundaries as long as we have faith and it comes from our heart. from Carmen Ortega, which is there. She's another director. Hello, my name is Maria del Carmen Ortega, and I am pleased to say that I'm a director of Apoyando un Ángel, of which Ricardo Lopez is the president, who did me the honor of inviting me to be a part of this awesome organization. I decided to become a director of Apoyando un Ángel because he's a great leader. Not only does he teach you by example, but he encourages you, others, to do the same, and that's what a real leader should do. I have known him for 4 years, and he's always looking to see the needs of the community, regardless the race or religion or ethnicity, because he only cares about helping. And what I like most about Ricardo is that he's not afraid to seek and fight until he finds a way to solve his purpose in helping those in need. Apoyando un Ángel is being here to help our community. We really appreciate your help. Estamos muy agradecidos con nuestra comunidad hispana porque siempre apoyan nuestros proyectos. Gracias. Thank you.
When we had the nomination of Will Williams, we thought we had somebody set the bar really high. Well, Will, I think Ricky is pushing that. Okay. One other person I need to introduce. She represents the company, the entire Rex group that makes all this possible. Miss Judy Rock. Now, Ricardo, I can tell you that, like being in the Army or the Air Force or whatever, this is not a one-time affair. We are going to recognize and present several gifts to you today, but it doesn't end here. Being a legend, as will tell you, opens the door for a lot of opportunities to participate in our program. And one of the big events coming up will be in January and February, where we have our Say Thanks Austin campaign. In our Say Thanks Austin campaign, we have people literally from around the world saying thanks to one candidate or all 9 candidates, all 9 legends. And the legend who receives the most thank yous will receive a $10,000 pay-it-forward donation in our ceremony at Austin City Hall in February. Whoever comes in second will get $2,500. Third place will get $1,500. So I'm going to ask you to start thinking about activating your social and professional networks to reach out to the individuals that you know around the states, around the world, to say thanks to Ricardo for his work with this important organization. Now, what I'll do is ask Will Williams to come up and say a few words. And Myra, I need for you to come up as well. We're going to make several presentations.
Okay, first of all, I want to say, Ricky, you're amazing. I think of Ricky as a son. I really do. When you're my age, you can find young people and call them sons and daughters. But the best part about Ricky is to be a good leader, you have to surround yourself with good people. And my God, look at the people you have surrounded yourself with. Foundation is one of the best I've ever seen. My mother told me once that there's angels here on earth. There's angels here on earth. Thank y'all for everything you do. I feel that you guys are family. And if you ever need anything from me, just call upon me. Without doubt. Ricky will. I know Ricky will. So if there's anything I can ever do, and this young lady, she's amazing.
First of all, I would like to say thank you for everybody. And I know there's a lot of people out there watching too, because Carmen's live on Facebook. Le quiero dar las gracias a todos que hayan venido esta mañana y tomar su tiempo a venir a agradecer de todo lo que hemos hecho. Francis, Vice President, Cherry, nuestra secretaria, Carmen, directora, like I said, Francis, vice president, Sherry, our secretary, my brother, that's the vice president. He's an amazing person. It's going to be hard for me because we've done so much together since he came back from the military. And we're the same. We stick together with everything. We help out. We try to do what we can. And today's a big day for him. Like I said, I really love him, and I want to congratulate him for this big, big day today, as everybody here is doing the same thing, and he really appreciates everybody that's here right now. So, thank you again for coming up here and taking your time.
Ricardo, if you would please come forward. Feel free to say front and center.
Oh. I was going to mess with him a little bit, but no, this is his day.
Well, I don't need a microphone.
Hang on, because we have several things we have to give to you.
Not yet. You don't get to talk yet.
Okay. Will be our presenter, and you can say a few things about these items. This is our recognized good soup mug.
This is a soup mug for the days that you just can't get out of bed because you're so tired. You get a little soup, and there's a $100 gift card in it, which I'm sure you're putting to use.
Oh, yes. Thank you, sir.
And the other item in that mug is a recognized good flashlight.
I didn't know what that was. I didn't get one of those.
You should have been in the IT business, huh?
I want one of those. I didn't get one of those. Oh, there.
Our next gift is the Book of Good Deeds.
I cannot imagine whose picture this is. But this is to remind you of everything. And there's more to come. You didn't finish it. We're going to have a lot of people.
And I know that Will still has the bromeliad that we gave him a while back. But this plant is to be a living remembrance of today's ceremony.
Oh, yes. The most important part. Ricky, on behalf of Recognize Good, for your foundation and your leadership, I present this check to you for $1,000, which I know the foundation is going to win that $10,000.
And Ricky, you can put that in a place of your choosing. And Will, for this last one, if you would present that to Ricardo, who will give it to Myra, it is the negotiable check for $1,000.
That looks good, but this is the real thing. Now you started cameras.
Ricardo, the floor is yours.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank everybody for being here today, the people that are here, people that are watching us. Muchísimas gracias a todos los que están aquí el día de hoy, a todas las personas que nos están viendo a través de Facebook. I want to thank my mentor, Will Williams. You know, we all in our lives have a mentor, and he is my mentor, and I have followed and I will continue to follow his footsteps. I did my years in the military and, had a lot of leadership, and that's where a lot of this comes from, being in the military for 12 years. At the same time, I'd like to thank my partner, who's always been there for me, Christopher. And mostly the two top people that I can say are, of course, the directors of the foundation, because without you, I couldn't do this by myself. And of course, the community. We all know we need a community in order for us to be able to fulfill our goals. And this year has been a really, really tough year for Apoyando un Ángel, but we've come a long way. We started in January with our pajama party, where we gave 150 pajamas. Actually started in December of last year. We gave 600 toys, 300 which went to Dell's Children's Medical Center, as well as 300 that we gave here within our event. Then we did a pajama party for Dell's children, and we gave 150 pajamas to the Dell's Children's Medical Center here in Austin. We had our release party where we finally became a foundation in February, but we've been working for the past 4 years by ourselves, doing small little events for the community, because that's where it all started. We did give out 800 backpacks with school supplies to the local students here in Austin and the surrounding areas, as well as we had our first gala, where we are so proud that we gave out $10,000 in scholarships to students. And our goal next year is to provide $20,000, hopefully with the $10,000 that I say we will be winning for the students. That's what our mission is our students. We are here to break barriers. God has put us in this earth, in this world, to be able to help out. That's what we're here for, and as long as God continues to give me great help, I will continue to lead my team into sometimes some crazy things that we like to do. For example, I've never been to Mexico. I went all the way in 20 hours into a city in Mexico, and we delivered 120 backpacks to a small community, a small town in Mexico, and we'll continue to help them out. So that was one of my vice president's crazy ideas, which became real for all of us. So we'll continue to help out. We'll continue to help out Mexico, because that's our background. That's where we come from. And once again, now I'm going to try to say it a little bit in Spanish so I can let the people know out there. Muchísimas gracias a todos los que nos están viendo. Esto es un honor para nosotros recibir este reconocimiento de parte de Recognize Good. Esto todo fue por ustedes, se lo debemos a todos ustedes, porque siempre han estado allí, siempre nos han seguido en todo lo que nosotros hemos hecho y seguimos haciendo. Gracias por nuestras locuras en lo que nosotros queremos hacer, pero ¿sabes qué? Lo hacemos bien, lo hacemos transparente. Estos $1,000 se van para atrás a la comunidad, y les estamos pidiendo su ayuda para ganar $10,000 que van a ir para becas para estudiantes. So, otra vez, de parte de toda la organización de Apoyando un Ángel y de parte de Recognize Good, muchísimas gracias a todos ustedes por todo el apoyo y por todos los eventos que nos siguen dando el apoyo. Si no fuera por ustedes, no estuviéramos nosotros ahorita el día de hoy aquí. Once again, thank you all very much. And Will, you're awesome.
Okay, Rebecca, as your first official duty, Rick, Will, you have to come up here. You get to present the person who wrote the nomination for you with a suit book and a $100 gift card.
And a flashlight. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I know the gift card, you already said where it's going to go, because they need it for water. So we know it's going to go back into the community, everything that we receive.
One of the people in your organization contacted me, and we just sent 20,000 water straws to Puerto Rico because they need some help. They're going to take it up in the mountains. We have 10 rangers that's stationed in Puerto Rico, and they're going to put the straws in their backpacks and climb the mountains every day and take 1,000 straws up in the mountains every day. And that's because of us working together.
Excellent. What a wonderful way to take care of others. Thank you all for being out here. Gracias. We are now concluding our ceremony. We certainly appreciate you braving the weather and the traffic to get here. Thank you very much to de Blasio for hosting this. It is a wonderful event, and thank you all for coming out.